Why don't seagulls fly over the bay? Because then they'd be bagels. Now that we've broken the ice, let's dive into the world of men and their dislikes. You see, the male psyche is like a treasure chest, filled with mysteries, quirks, and a dash of stubbornness. And within this chest lies a list of things that men find as appealing as a root canal. Now, this list isn't based on extensive surveys or scientific studies. No, this list is the result of observing my neighbor Dave for a whole 10 minutes. Yes, you heard me right. Dave, the everyday man, is our guinea pig for this satirical exploration. So, buckle up as we embark on this comical journey, poking fun at the dislikes that reside deep within the male psyche. No man is safe, and no dislike is too trivial. Let's begin our journey into the realm of the male psyche with our first point. First on our list, the dreaded instruction manual, a nemesis of men everywhere. There's a reason why men and instruction manuals are often at odds. You see, men view these pamphlets as a challenge to their innate problem-solving skills. They believe deep down that they possess an intuitive understanding of furniture assembly rivaled only by the Swedish craftsman who designed the piece. The cryptic diagrams, the baffling instructions, the extra screws that seemingly have no home. These are not hindrances, but rather badges of honor. Each leftover screw a testament to their ingenuity and resourcefulness. Moving on to the second point, we have the ultimate question. Does this make me look fat? This question is a minefield that no man, regardless of his courage or wit, wants to traverse. It's like asking a man to defuse a bomb with no training. The stakes are high, the margin for error is slim, and the outcome is almost always disastrous. It's a lose-lose situation. Answer truthfully, and you're insensitive. Lie, and you're untrustworthy. Silence? That's the worst response of all. It's a question that men would gladly trade for a zombie apocalypse, at least then they'd know where they stand. As we can see, some questions are better left unasked. Next up, we have two things that men like as much as a root canal: shopping and gossip. Shopping, to the male species, is not a leisurely pastime but more of a covert operation. The strategy is simple: infiltrate the store, secure the target, ideally something that requires zero time in a fitting room like socks, and make a swift exit before the sales assistant can even utter the words, "Can I help you?" The goal? To spend as little time as possible in this labyrinth of consumer choices. Now onto a favorite pastime of many: gossip. Men, however, prefer to call it briefly exchanging highly classified information. It's not about tittle-tattle, it's about sharing vital intelligence reports. So, whether it's the latest on Jim from accounting or the scoop on the neighbor's flashy new car, it's all in the name of information gathering. Remember, it's intelligence reports, not gossip. Moving on to our next set of dislikes: salads, romantic comedies, and we need to talk. Let's start with salad. To a man, a salad is an appetizer, a side dish, or something you pass to get to the steak. It's like a roadblock on the path to the main event. When presented as a main course, a man's soul weeps a little inside. It's like being handed a map to a treasure chest, only to find out the treasure is a leafy, low-calorie disappointment. Next up, romantic comedies. Ask a man about his favorite rom-com, and he'll probably think you're talking about a new type of tactical combat maneuver. They're more likely to confess their love for a root canal than a rom-com. Men's idea of romance is sharing the remote control, not watching two people fall in love over a shared love of cheese. And finally, the phrase that strikes fear into the heart of every man: we need to talk. These four simple words are the verbal equivalent of walking the plank. It's like being summoned to the principal's office, but the principal is your significant other, and the office is your own living room. It's a conversation that usually ends with a man agreeing to things he doesn't remember and promises he didn't make. So the next time you're planning a movie night, maybe skip the rom-com. Our final three dislikes are quite the interesting mix: fancy cocktails, losing the TV remote, and unsolicited BBQ advice. Let's dive in. First, fancy cocktails. You know, the ones with umbrellas and exotic fruits you can't even pronounce? Men view these concoctions with the same enthusiasm they reserve for root canals. They believe that anything that requires an umbrella belongs on a beach, not in a drink. A cocktail should be simple, like their coffee. The fewer ingredients, the better. Next up, losing the TV remote. It's a cataclysmic event. The remote is essentially the scepter of the household kingdom, and without it, well, let's just say things can get a bit chaotic. Finally, unsolicited BBQ advice. Picture this: a man at his grill, in his zen zone, and someone offers advice on his grilling technique. It's as if you've questioned his entire existence. So remember, the grill is a man's zen zone. Tread carefully. And there you have it, folks, a satirical guide to the things men dislike. Let's recap our journey into the male mind, shall we? First, there's the instinctive aversion to instruction manuals. After all, who needs a guide when you can turn IKEA assembly into a game of Jenga? Then we dove into the perilous world of the question, does this make me look fat? A trap that even the most skilled man cannot escape. We explored the thrill of the hunt, otherwise known as shopping, and the high-stakes game of classified information exchange, better known as gossip. We touched upon the existential crisis prompted by salad as a main course, the bewildering realm of romantic comedies, and the sheer terror induced by the phrase, "we need to talk." And let's not forget the complex relationship between men and fancy cocktails, the catastrophic loss of the TV remote, and the sacred ritual of barbecuing. Remember, this guide is as accurate as my neighbor Dave's ability to assemble that IKEA shelf without instructions, which, by the way, is now a modern art piece.